You know I'm mobbing with the D.R.E.
Hello po! Magandang araw po! Welcome sa isang episode ng MicoVlogzzz. Okay, before anything else, I would like to remind everyone that the voters registration for next year's elections is extended until the 30th of October. So you can start tomorrow, Monday, until the 30th. So please go out and vote. I know some of you are still hesitant to go out and register because we're still in the middle of a pandemic, pero alcohol na lang, social distance na lang, you know, because like this is our duty to the next generations. Like we're already suffering so much right now. Think of the children. Imagine if this type of shit show continues until the next generations. Oh my gosh, yung quality ng mga bata will be so shitty. Now, speaking of next year's elections, I've seen a lot of people are unsure kung sinong candidate ang boboto nila for the elections. I mean, sino pa ba? Sino pa bang competent? But anyway, for this video, I'll be showing you guys the credentials of the presidential candidates so that maybe after watching this video, you'll get to decide which one is the president for you. I hope that we do choose wisely next year. It's not yet too late. We can change things up. So how I'm gonna do this is I'm just gonna name the pros and cons of each candidate and I'll swipe left or right. Depende talaga sa trip. And for this video, I'll be focusing on the more popular candidates kasi ang dami nag-file ng COC for presidency na parang never naman natin narinig na parang tao ka pala. Ganun. Although there is nothing wrong with that kasi kahit sino naman pwedeng tumakbo being president just as long as they meet the requirements of COMELEC. Let's just go over them one by one. Here we go. For the first candidate that I will be talking about, it's my favorite. Like my favorite ninong, Manny Pacquiao.
Di ba kasi naputukan ako, tas...
Here are his political achievements or credentials. He started his political journey as part of the House of Representatives in the 15th Congress, and where he attended 0 out of 60 sessions. 60 sessions. He never attended one. Beshi, FDA ka na. Hindi na pwede yun sa prof mo. And to top it all off, during the 16th Congress as a senator, he only attended 1 out of 58 sessions.
Natalo ako.
It'll make you question will he be an absent president should he win? Diba? Although he did say na kaya siya absent sa mga sessions na yon is because he's focusing on the Pacman Village, which is a housing program in Sarangani and General Santos City. So that's a good thing because I do believe that Manny Pacquiao's intention for running as president is pure. I'd like to think so. Yeah, kasi he really wants poverty to be ended in the Philippines. Anyone can dream, right?
Natulog ako, nanaginip ako.
But sobrang history-wise, ang dami na nating utang sa Pilipinas. And if he can get it out of his own pockets to pay for the debts of this country, by all means, do so. Diba? It's just kind of weird for me that he's running when he doesn't really have much to show for. Like, okay, he does a lot of things for poor communities. Pero what about the other technicalities of being a president? Do we think that he'll be able to handle it? I really don't know. Let's see during the campaign season. But so far, Manny, swipe the fuck left. Next up, we have Ms. Leni Robredo. Nakita na natin yung credentials niya online because she posted it. And she did post a lot of numbers there. As in, she put there yung exact budget that she used for the COVID response, etc. As in, everything is there. Yung presence ni Leni, yun talaga yung nafe-feel natin eh. Lalo na during the pandemic when everything is going to shit, she is the only person who I see, along with Vico Soto on social media that posts yung mga ginagawa nila. And I'm sure that it's not to brag, but it's just to show people that the funds are actually going to the proper services needed to help with COVID. As in, she spent millions on PPEs, like test kits, mga ayuda, like she even has funding for like dormitories or condominiums for mga healthcare workers just so they can isolate properly and stay close to their workplace. I mean, yes, she also has budget for education, for gadgets, sa mga nag-work from home, sa mga nag-school from home.
Actually very introverted ako.
That is such a great thing because her presence is felt.
Mahiyain ako eh.
Cons naman, I think all politicians are a little bit corrupt. Even Leni, like that's not beneath her. But I feel like yung pagiging corrupt niya, chill lang. Yung parang pang saktong DR slides lang, ganyan. Hindi yung solid na formally type. So for Leni, I'm gonna swipe right. Like, she's an eligible candidate. Okay, let's move on to the next presidential candidate, which is Ping Lacson. Ping Lacson has been in politics since before we were born, I think. He spent 36 years in PNP and like 17 years in the Senate. And he also tried to run for president against Gloria Macapagal-Arroyo at some time, and where he lost, of course. So some of his achievements as a senator is that he co-authored and sponsored RA 11053, which is the anti-hazing law of 2018. So during 2018, this topic was very controversial, as in it sparked a lot of noise in the media because a lot of people have died because of hazings. I mean, okay, that just makes sense. Like, just stop that shit. Like, hindi ko rin gets ha. Okay, sorry, sobrang side note. Pero bakit kailangan nyo magsakitan sa hazing? Hindi ba pwedeng like, sige nga, momol mo nga yun. Yung gano'n na lang, para chill-chill lang. And besides that, he also co-authored RA 10969, or the Free Irrigation Service Act, which waives irrigation fees to farmers who have lands that are 8 hectares and below. That's good. I mean, why would you waive taxes in the first place when water should be free? So he also led a legislative probe in 2020 into alleged red tagging of political progressiveness by the security establishments. He was one of the 8 senators who condemned the red tagging of community pantries in April. This sort of proves that he may seem like a bad candidate, but he does listen to people. So given that minor background check on him, parang medyo okay naman siya. Honestly, parang siya yung second option ko. If ever matalo si Leni, parang sana siya na lang.
Balimbing, hindi malaman kung ano posisyon.
Tagal niya na rin kasi sa government, so it's impossible for him not to know the ins and outs of it. And public relations-wise, feeling ko magaling naman siya makipag-usap. Although I don't know, hindi pa naman kami nakakapag-usap. But should Leni not win, parang siya na yung next okay thing. Although the con for me, na ang vice president niya, this coming elections, si Soto. Hindi si Vico Soto ha, yung Soto na mukhang perv. Si Tito Soto, ayun.
Well, pwedeng nagkakamali kami kung yun ang tama o mali.
Yeah, all in all, if we're gonna consider everything that he's done, Ping Lacson is a swipe right for me. Just as an option. Like, if Leni doesn't win, okay na to. Pwede na to. Siya na yung pwede na.
Balimbing.
Next, we move on to Bato, Mr. Clean de la Rosa. Honestly, he's such a nuanced candidate. He's clearly just there to divide votes. Wala siyang bearing doon. He knows that he's not gonna win, yet he still chooses to win para lang manggulo. Like, imagine, wala na nga siya nagawa during his period as a senator. Medyo bobo pa yung policies na ginawa niya when he was PNP chief. And now, as a presidential candidate, manggugulo pa rin siya.
Saan yung gumawa nito?
Ew, bakit ka nandyan? Diba? Anyway, swipe left. Swipe left for Bato de la Rosa. Next, we have Isko Moreno. So Isko Moreno is the current mayor of Manila, and when he was freshly elected, madami talaga siya nagawa. Like, he cleaned out most of Manila. Parang Divisoria, ganun. Nalinis niya. He rehabilitated parks here and there in the city, and that's an okay thing, I guess. Pero I think it's such a big leap for him to be a first-term mayor of Manila to be a president. Like, isa pa siya eh. Isa pa tong nuisance candidate eh. Hindi mo naman kailangan pa tumakbo. I think it's premature, him running.
Oh.
Pero kasi like, hindi rin maganda yung press niya recently eh. You know what, Isko Moreno is such a balimbing. Like, before, GV siya kay Leni, tapos now, parang ayaw niya na sa kanya. Like, I don't get it. Where's the consistency in that? Hindi ko talaga maintindihan.
Balimbing.
So yeah, for me, Isko Moreno, swipe left. Okay, that's the end of that. Did I miss anyone? Oh shit! Bong Bong Marcos. Okay, Bong Bong Marcos. Why is he running? Hindi ko alam kung bakit siya tumatakbo. Like, he just wants conflict. He just wants to be relevant. He just wants to be talked about.
Don't think about it too hard, okay?
Pero wala talagang sense that he's gonna run at... For me, Bong Bong, swipe left. Magsama kayo ni Bongo, magnanay-tatay kayo dyan sa gilid. Okay, I guess that's it for the super vague and incomprehensive analysis of the candidates' credentials. Sabi ko in the beginning of this video, I hope this gives you clarity on who to vote. Pero parang ending, mas nalito pa tayong lahat. And I'm sure regardless of what I say, you guys get to choose naman. Hindi nyo naman ako kailangan to guide you eh. But I'm just saying that whoever you choose, I do hope that you choose someone who will potentially help us with COVID. Like, help us reach herd immunity, help us boost our economy, someone who will help us improve our public transportation, etc. You know what? These basic things na dapat dati pang nagawa, sana we choose a president na yun ang gagawin nila for us. And even after this video, if you're still having a hard time choosing which candidate you want to vote for, just choose the lesser evil. Because honestly, all politicians are a little corrupt. But whatever or whoever your president may be, please do choose wisely and go out and register to vote. So thank you for listening to my nonsense once again, and I will see you guys at the next one. Adios.
Back to the debt with no numb. I be there down like Sharapova. Feel like I'm drowning on emotion. Say me please diving on the ocean.